Hey guys, so I am going to pre-record some Vlogmas content because apparently my work is trying to ruin Vlogmas for everyone. So this year, right after I come back from Thanksgiving vacation, I have to turn around and travel for work. So I will be gone the first week of December, which means I won't be able to record any Vlogmas episodes for you. However, my hope is that I can pre-record quite a bit of stuff and then set everything up to drop on the appropriate day. So given that, the first thing that I wanted to do is do some sewing. So I am working on one of the last pieces of the handmade wardrobe for the Thanksgiving pictures. So we're doing a family picture, and I've covered this in a lot of the podcast episodes, but essentially I am making handmade outfits for everyone in the family, being my family and not the entire extended family. But I finished Megwin's dress last night. So I sewed the Adele dress for her by Violet Fields Threads Pattern Company. And it is essentially a somewhat fitted jersey dress with ruffles on the butt. So as I knock yarn off everywhere. So I'm on the floor because I'm going to be tracing out a pattern for me, or drafting a pattern as they would call it. So here it is. This is the Adele dress. This is the back. I changed the ruffle slightly, so you're supposed to do this so it's 1/3 of the ruffle is there. And I think it would make this one be a little bit more even in terms of size, but I think it's also fine that it gets progressively longer, because when I actually worked it as the pattern called for, I found this ruffle actually sticks out a lot more because it's so weeny. And this is a folded panel, so it is one piece for the top one, and you gather it and then you kind of flip it over. And that makes it that if it's too short, it flips over and then it sticks way out. And I didn't like that effect. So that is what I did. The hem is totally janky. It is awful. I don't know what I did when I was cutting out this dress, but somehow I got very uneven. I still have a thread I need to trim. So this side was much longer than the front. And the front, the lining was longer than the outer piece. I don't know how that happened. And you can see, like, I very much ended up with a teeny bit that I folded over there. Progressively more over to here where it's basically the same size. I don't know what I did when I drafted the pattern, but I royally screwed it up. I think it looks fine from the other side. I'm not going to trim this off because I'm a little bit concerned that would lose stability on this part, so I'm kind of leaving it. You can see that little hump there because the part that has the hearts, they're almost like puff paint with the glitter outside, and I think this glitter is probably going to wear off as I wash it, but that's fine. It'll be okay for right now, until she wears it for the picture. And then in the front, it has a scoop neck, and it's just plain in the front. So all I have left to do on this is hem the sleeves. And honestly, if I don't get to that, that's okay, because it's jersey, so it's not going to unravel, and they look fine as they are. They're not unraveling or ragged or anything, and they're very even. So that's okay. I'm going to leave it. And if I have time, I'll go back and do that detail. If I don't, that'll be okay for the picture. So that's the dress. Josh's cardigan is nearly complete. I'm knitting the Gramps cardigan for him out of navy blue yarn. I am almost done with these short rows for the shawl collar, and then I'll just need to, you know, go around and do the button bands. But I need him here for that because he'll have to try it on. Joshua's pants, I need to attach the waistband today, and then I am going to attempt to get my pattern drafted and my fabric cut out for the Monetta dress. If I can get some of it sewn today, that would be awesome. If not, I at least want to have it be, you know, all cut out and ready to sew, and then I will have to be working on it throughout the week after work to try to get that done. One thing I recalled after I was getting ready to start it is that I don't have any gold thread. I've never made anything in this color before, so I need to look and see if there's any top stitching that would be visible from the outside. If there is, I'm going to go really quick and pop over to the nearby fabric store. It's a mill, so they actually make some of their own fabric, and they have notions and stuff like that as well. So that is pretty much all I wanted to say by way of introduction, and I am going to get started on drafting my pattern. The Swedish tracing paper onto a layer of regular paper. So I have my blocking mats from knitting, obviously for blocking shawls, and then I'll show you what I do here. Maybe it will be helpful to someone. Okay, so essentially what I do is I've got my paper, I've got a roll of drawing paper that the kids use on their easel, and then I've got the tracing paper, and I've got the pattern between, and that helps me be able to see all the markings. So I'm going to do this sleeve piece first because I have like a little cutout portion that I've got from drafting Megwin's pattern. And sorry, Joshua's eating yogurt and it always makes him phlegmy. Then I just take sewing pins, so you can see them, like this one, and I just stick them right into the blocking mat because it's normal to put pins in it. And then I'm just going to use my French ruler and my normal ruler, and I'm going to trace my size onto the tracing paper, and then I write on the tracing paper what the pattern is, the number, the version, the pattern piece, how many I need to cut out, and the size that I traced. So then when I go back later, this is especially true for the kids' patterns, when I go back later I know what size that I'm pulling. And then if I have to size up, I can, or if I'm making the same pattern for Joshua and Megwin, I know I'm grabbing all the right pieces. So, as I said, this is the Colette Patterns Moneta. Okay. The kids are both watching Netflix in the other room. So I'm hoping I'll be able to get quite a bit done while they're watching their movies. And then when Josh is back is when I will work on cutting the fabric, because then he will be here to make sure they don't come in and disturb the fabric. But this is pretty stable, and this is something I can do and be interrupted while I'm doing it. So I will pause here, and I will come back after I've traced some pieces so that you guys can see where I'm at. And I've also done this in other Vlogmases, so maybe it's not super interesting. I'm repeating content because my life is just repeating content over and over and over. Okay, so I have finished drafting the pattern, and you can see back in that corner right there, that is where I usually podcast from. And there's the window. So there's the yarn basket you usually see, and the table that I typically put my drinks on. And then there's usually an ironing board right here that's holding my camera, and it's got like a box in front of it. These are leftover things from last time I podcast, holding all of my Rhinebeck purchases. I have to reorganize my craft room before I can put those away, and I haven't actually photographed them to add to my stash on Ravelry. So until I do that, I want to keep them in this bag and that tote bag to make sure that they don't get mixed in with my regular stash. And yeah, I think I'm probably going to do a destash sometime in the December time frame. So keep your eyes peeled for that. I just have some yarn that I'm probably never going to knit with, and I want to clear some space. So now I'm going to cut everything out. So I'll show you. Here's my pattern pieces. You can see them on there very lightly. I try my best to maximize what I fit. So this is my whole dress, and as soon as I get those all cut out, I will start laying out the fabric. And it will be this fabric. I realized that this calls for one piece of the skirt to go one way and the other piece to go the other way. I have to look to kind of decide if I feel like this has a direction to it. I don't think it does. It kind of feels like the flowers are going every which way, so I think that's going to be okay. But I do have 60-inch wide fabric, so there's lots of room to lay it out. And I mislabeled one of the bodice pieces. It calls for doing a lining, but only for version 1, which is a kind of fancier version with a collar on it. And mine is just going to be a basic jersey dress. So I am doing version 2, which is the short sleeve version with pockets. And I figured that way I can wear a cardigan. I find that if I have a 3/4 sleeve dress, it's kind of hard to get cardigans on it and not have those bunch up. So I'm going with the short sleeve version. And that will also save fabric because I don't have time to order more if I run out. So now I'm going to use these super sharp scissors to cut out my stuff. I don't use fabric scissors. I use just some craft scissors. And then, yeah, I'll come back and show you how I lay everything out. Okay, so I had to go and get some thread to match that fabric, as I said. And I was able to find this, which is Gutermann thread at Colchester Mill Fabrics. And I also got some jersey needles, some thread magic, and some needle threaders, because when I'm wearing my glasses, for some reason I I can't see to thread the needle unless I take them off. And I've got my fabric all laid out. Oh, there's my bay window. What? There's the other windows. What? So it's down here. See? So I just have to pin the pieces and get them cut. I'm losing daylight, so I'm going to get cracking. And then hopefully I can at least get the bodice done tonight. Hey guys, so I meant to keep up on doing videos and have a bunch of stuff ready for Vlogmas, but that has not really happened. So I have finished all of the sewing for the family pictures that'll happen the day after Thanksgiving. So I finished a Moneta dress for me that's in like gold with burgundy flowers. I finished an Adele dress for Megwin in navy blue with sparkly hearts. I finished the sandbox pants from Oliver and S for Joshua in like a navy blue twill with some kind of bubble fabric for the pockets. I finished Josh's Gramps cardigan. I just have to sew the buttons on and weave in the ends, which I'm planning on doing when we're traveling or potentially when we get to California. I'm not going to do it right now. And the last thing I have to do is this flax light sweater for Joshua. The colors are No Makers in the Gnome Some Dove colorway. It's on the tweed base. It is my favorite color probably that Amanda ever dyed. I just love all the different shades in it. Sorry, I'll bring it over here so it has better light. But it has blues and chocolate brown, cream, and this nice gold color, which is what I've used for the contrast color. Apologies for my laundry I have to fold in the background. I think I made the 24 or 26 inch chest. He's a really tiny guy. So as you can see, I've completed his first sleeve, and I just have one more sleeve to do. And then I will be done with everything for this this endeavor I have embarked upon. I'm really happy that I've been able to do it, and I think the picture is going to be really nice and memorable. We don't get that many photos taken of all of our family together. I could probably count on one hand the amount of pictures we have that actually have my husband and children and me in them. Usually it's me and the kids. And I have some where I've taken pictures of, you know, candid shots of him with the kids, but ones of all of us together, I'm not even sure we have any. So it'll be really nice and special to have. And then I have on here this cute little chocolate turkey progress keeper that I have from Little Bitty Delights. This was in the Gilmore Girls collaboration club she did with They Aren't a Home Mom. I think it was maybe 2 years ago now. And this one came with the For Thanksgivings colorway, which is a reference to a particular episode where Lorelai and Rory went to 4 different Thanksgiving dinners. It's like a colorway with oranges and stuff in it. I still have that yarn, and it is really pretty. I just don't know what to make with it. It'll be something someday, but it's in my Yarn at Home Mom bin. Let's go closer. Oh yeah, you can really see them there. But these are kind of traditional table decoration in the United States. There's these turkeys. They're wrapped in foil, and the foil is printed with like the colorful turkey plumage. And then inside it's a either a solid turkey or some are hollow in the middle, but they're usually about yay big. maybe like that big. There's different sizes. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed being part of a little bit of my making journey for the picture, and I will try to put some footage later because I will have to take footage while we're in California just to have a couple of videos for Vlogmas, because I will not be here the first couple of days of December. Well, I'll be here through the 2nd. And then after that, I will be traveling for work. And so I won't be able to upload footage or edit and upload on a nightly basis, because I'm not going to take 2 computers with me. So I'll try to have videos that I can have queued up. And you might have to go back in time a little bit. But hopefully, you enjoy that journey as well. So